Well, go on, what you saying, family? It's your boy Jeds. I'm back with another My 2pence. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, let's just get straight into it, man. I still ain't got no theme music for it, but next episode I'm gonna have My 2pence theme music. Hope everyone's good. I just been chilling in the cut. Came back from holiday. Caught a little cold. Feeling mash up. Lost my phone. Yeah, man's pissed. I lost my phone last night, man. I don't know, man. I went back to that Asian restaurant to find it. Weren't there. Checked at reception of the hotel. It's not there. I went to some next hotel across the roads. So I asked there, but I never had my wristband on. It's all a long story, so I'll have to try and see if I can locate it today. I'm mad pissed. Get me? It's my WhatsApp phone. It's got bare old school photos and videos, passwords, rap lyrics, ideas. Like it's RAM. Absolutely RAM. Get me? Morning, Tiago. And yeah, I'm fuming. I'm actually enraged. Well, someone's wearing leather shorts in this weather, you know that salmon's about to be poached. Steamed salmon. Bruh, they better have my phone, that's what I'm saying. I'm so pissed. The only thing that's gonna solve it is a mango juice. And my phone back. So yeah, let me show you the brekkie or whatnot. Well, I'm so pissed. Look at my face. I'm proper angry. No one better even cross me today. I'm fuming. Well, I got pickpocketed. When I went to Egypt. People went through my pockets. Get me? Some woman came up to me, was talking about, please buy my beads and that. I'm looking at the beads. The beads are dead. But I'm like, alright, cool. I'll take her beads off you. Get me? Just keep it moving kind of thing. Took her beads off her. And then she kissed my arm. Like, she kissed my arm. Then she bent down and kissed my stomach. So I'm like, yo, what you doing? Like, yo, chill out, man. She's like, oh, please, can I get some more money? I need to buy my son some milk. I was like, listen, I ain't got no cash. I can't help you, whatnot. But she was like clinging onto my arm and that. So I must have said to her, like, please move, like, get me. And I kind of walked and moved, and then she just bopped. And she just bopped off mad randomly. And I was thinking as she bopped off, right, that was weird. And then later on I realised I didn't have one of my phones. So 1-0 to you. Big up. Get me? Big up the Egyptian pickpocket. El Pickpocket. Or whatever you want to call yourself. Well done. You got me. Get me? Good luck with that. Alright, cool. You know what I mean, Carl? You know, I be shoplifting and stuff, so sometimes you have to take a L. So yeah, well done. Bravo. Alright, cool. Let's get into it, man. Alright, so Turkish TikToker dies at the age of 24. He's famous for doing like mukbangs. If you don't know what a mukbang is, it's like when you eat food on camera and people watch and they get a vibe out of you eating food. Sometimes it's like kind of ASMR, which is like close to the microphone. You can hear every chomp and all that. People like that, hearing the cracking of shells and I don't know. Yeah, people like sounds. Anyway, so this brother's doing it. The brother's massive. Like, I'm telling you, like, he's so big. And it's just a weird thing, man. Anyway, so they're watching him basically kill himself. Now he's dead.
A 24-year-old TikToker, Efecan has passed away, reportedly due to complications from extreme obesity, which was linked to his participation in the mukbang trend. Kultur died in the hospital on Friday, March 7th, after a prolonged battle with obesity, with his health declining due to the complications of his weight gain. He had been receiving medical treatment related to his condition prior to his death. Originally from Turkey, Kultur had amassed over 156,000 followers on TikTok and 12,000 on Instagram, where he became known for his mukbang videos, exaggerated eating broadcasts where individuals consume large quantities of food while viewers watch. The mukbang trend began in South Korea in the early 2000s and has gained global popularity. Kultur often shared live streams of himself consuming massive amounts of food. At the time of his death, it was reported that he was unable to stand due to his weight, though he had never disclosed his exact weight to his followers. The news of his death was shared by fellow Instagram personality Yasin Oyanuk, known as Ankara Abisi. While an official cause of death has not been confirmed, it is widely believed that complications from his obesity were the primary factor. Local reports also revealed that Kultur had faced personal tragedy, having lost both of his parents at a young age. His neighbor, Etham Yilmaz, expressed condolences, describing him as a beloved person in the community. Similarly, Mustafa Bayar, a friend of Kultur's, offered his sympathies and mentioned that the young man had struggled with health issues for the past year. Fans have flooded his social media accounts with messages of condolences, many sharing their sadness with comments.
He died. Moral of the story, look after yourself. When you watch these people harming themselves, you're actually fueling the fire, so you might want to be wary of that. And yeah, man, he died doing what he liked, didn't it? Like, you like to eat, I don't know, addiction or whatever. That's it, man. You went out, man. Food became your poison. The thing we need to live became the thing that killed you. Is what it is, man. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up because it's just nastiness. Nastiness, man. The US does airstrikes on Yemen, trying to get the what do they call them? The Houthis? The Houthis? Yeah, the Houthis. Trying to lick down the Houthis or whatnot. I'm just reporting more war, more bombings, more people dead in. The world stage is being set. You tell me where you think this is going. But it's like every week there's something to do with the US bombing this or this and that, bombing that, or so war is going on all around the world. That's we are aware, man. So while you sit in your comfortable chair, relaxing, watching this on your iPhone or your Android, just spare a thought for the people that are caught up in literally war times. You know what I mean? Spare a thought for them, man. Because life is life in out here.
إن القوات المسلحة اليمنية وبالتوكل على الله تتصدى لهذا العدوان الإجرامي وتواجه التصعيد بالتصعيد.
Hassan Sentami, the 17-year-old that took the life of Eliane Andam. I hope I'm saying the names correctly and that, whatever, forgive my mispronunciations. Obviously, you lot all remember the story of the young girl in Croydon, outside the shopping centre or something like that. Her life was taken from her by a young man, and there was like a little hunt looking for the man and whatnot. We thought it was the boyfriend. It ended up being the friend's boyfriend or the friend's ex-boyfriend. And the story is that the friend and the ex-boyfriend had arranged to link up to give back property. Yeah? Just to give him back property. And when they arrived, my man was all whatever, he had a mask on and he had a shank, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Anyway, Elena, being a friend, decided that she's gonna snatch the bag and dust. She tried to snatch the bag, boom, my man chased her down, got her down with a foot-long bladed article.
The 27th of September, it was an ordinary school day in Croydon, South London. Eliane Andam was with her two best friends. Before going to school, one of the friends, S, was meeting you to exchange possessions you had given each other during a short relationship that summer. She was especially keen to get her teddy bear back. They met you near the Whitgift Centre. S had brought a carrier bag of her gifts to you, or rather of your gifts to her. You arrived with another boy who was a mutual friend, K. You took the bag from S, but gave her nothing in return. Instead, you walked off. The others followed. You were wearing a face mask and black gloves, under which you had another pair of gloves. Concealed in your clothing, you were carrying a large knife which you had taken from the kitchen at home. S walked alongside you, asking for her belongings. You refused. At one point, you said you didn't want to hurt her. The girls were obviously puzzled and frustrated at your behavior and attitude. They were diligent pupils and they didn't want to be late to school. As you all reached the Whitgift Centre entrance at 8:31 a.m., Elianne decided they didn't have time for your prevarication, and she ran past you, grabbing the bag that S had given you. She was laughing as she did so. You ran after her a short distance and caught her by a set of bus stops. In full view of the people milling about, you took your knife and stabbed her. She dropped to the ground and scrabbled around, trying to back away and fight you off, while you continued to strike at her. You caused 4 knife wounds on her left shoulder, her right leg, and to the right side of her neck, severing the carotid artery. Elianne received immediate first aid from Samuel Sinclair, a London bus driver who was a passenger on one of the buses stopped nearby, from 3 London ambulance service crews and a helicopter emergency medical services, all responding rapidly to the many 999 calls made by members of the public who saw the attack. Sadly, the injury to Elianne's neck caused catastrophic bleeding and would have been fatal even with immediate expert medical intervention. She died at 9:21 a.m., close to where she had been assaulted. In the meantime, you had run off with the knife, which you hid behind a garden wall. You threw away the mask and the gloves. During your attempt to escape, you changed your upper clothing and caught 2 buses towards your home address. Due to swift police action, you were arrested in New Addington at 9:45 a.m. You gave a false name and later a false location for the knife, but it was eventually found by following your route on CCTV. Stand up, Hassan Sentamu. You have taken the life of a precious child. You have devastated the lives of those who knew and loved Eliane Andam, a bright, kind and loyal 15-year-old on her way to school with her friends. The responsibility for Eliane's death will be with you for the rest of your days. The sentence is detention at His Majesty's pleasure. For the murder of Eliane Andam on the 27th of September 2023, you will be detained for at least 23 years, which means, after counting the days served so far, a minimum term of 21 years and 199 days. For the offence of possession of a bladed article, a category A1 offence in the relevant guideline, the sentence is 1 year concurrent to the life sentence for murder. You must go down now.
And her life was done at 15 and he was 17. And I think like there's rumours that he was texting people bragging about it. He seems like a weird kid, a weird child. I don't know if he had his own kind of mental issues or whatever, but he seemed like a weird child. The story was super sad. Everyone got together, did a visual, went there, lit their candles and whatever. It looked like a ritual to me. I don't even know. It was just strange. But poor child lost their life. My man's been found guilty finally, whatever. He's gonna do 23 years, 24 years, something like that. I mean, like for me, what is justice? Like that's a topic that we need to return to. What is justice? Is a man doing 23 years and then coming out and then living the rest of his life out of society? Is that justice? Is it an eye for an eye? Do you take his life for taking a life? Is that justice? Like, what is actually justice in a case like that? Do you know what I mean? Going through the court system, you know, and then this guy ends up with 23 years to do, and then he can come out. I don't know, man. It was a strange one, but like obviously there's 2 children there whose lives have been altered forever or ruined forever, innit? The causes behind this type of behaviour, that's anyone's guess. Society's sick, innit? Society's been mad sick. But yeah, man, thoughts with the family, you know, condolences to the family for the loss of their daughter, for the loss of their child, and also condolences for the family of the young boy, do you know what I mean, who's done this thing and ruined his life and ruined the lives of those around him. And it's impacted so many people, man. I hope that we can learn lessons from Wagwan. I didn't go to the vigil. I don't do the vigil thing, candle lighting thing and all that. I don't know, something booky with that. But, you know, a lot of people expressed concern on that case. So I'm reporting about it just to let you know how it's been tied up. The podcasters called, in my opinion, podcast, IMO podcast, they've hit online begging, bawling to Michelle Obama, because Michelle Obama has come out saying she's doing a podcast, or they're doing a podcast, and it's called IMO.
To our forever First Lady, Michelle Obama, we respect highly what you've done for the culture, for the American people, for the cause. Obviously, we are aware that you launched your podcast, and we don't think you did it maliciously. But we are 3 young black boys from London. We started the podcast 5 years ago. Since 5 years ago, we've trademarked the name In My Opinion Podcast, IMO Podcast. And we don't want our work to be drowned by your celebrity status. You know what I mean? You're big, you're powerful, you got a big machine.
Pause that.
IMO
Wow!
And
Why for that? That was wild!
I lost.
You've lost! You've lost for the whole day.
And we don't want our hard work to go amiss when your podcast launches. So we're asking kindly, please, spare a thought for us 3 young black men that are just trying to make a better place. Our podcast doesn't talk about misogyny, doesn't talk about putting down women. We uplift the culture, we uplift the community.
We're doing God's work.
Please, we really are. And we're just praying that you can reconsider the name you've chosen for your podcast, as to not confuse our listeners and drown out our voice that we've worked so hard to build. Please, yes, Michelle Obama, we are praying that you will give us a chance. Let us talk and let's see what we can do to resolve this matter. From the boys, In My Opinion Podcast, aka the IMO Podcast.
And everybody that knows Michelle, please
tag her
in this, yeah.
Let us see this, or her team. We know Michelle's probably busy, won't have time for us, but if you could tag her team, please, Michelle Obama, please reconsider the name of your podcast so we don't have to lose out, you know, as 3 young...
Barling to Michelle Obama, because Michelle Obama has come out saying she's doing a podcast, or they're doing a podcast, and it's called IMO. So it's like they're teething their name. And the boys are very upset about that. They're making a pleading beg. Like, we respect you, we rate you, what you did in America for the American people. Like, you lost me. As soon as you started doing all that begging with politicians, yeah, politicians responsible for heinous activities around Africa, heinous policies, and you're there bigging them up. It's like, because if you're not politically aware, just stay out of politics, bro. Yeah, all this bigging up Michelle Obama. These are demons you're bigging up and begging it with them. So all that, we respect what you did and we side with black people and all this. I feel sorry for them, man. They obviously really are down with the system and really wanna, appeal to the system and like, oh please, we recognize you and we rate you. Michelle Obama teethed their name. That's facts. They had their name first. I heard that they copyrighted it or trademarked it. I don't know. It seems, isn't that worth anything? Can you not take them to court? Do you know what I mean? Ain't that worth something? Because what's the point of trademarking it if you can't do nothing? You got to do a fucking TikTok video begging her. And the video was sickly. I'm going to play the video, but the video made me sick. I can't lie to you. The video of them saying, oh, we rate you so much and me, and we just respect you, the First Lady, Albert President. Oh, man. Allow it. But they're within their right to be upset. I'm not going to take that away from them. Big them up. They do their thing. They got a good podcast. I don't watch it, but, I know people that do. I nearly had them on one of the live shows, but none of them turned up. Big them up, though, same way. You get me? Big up the Motive Live. Big up Speakonomics. But yeah, man, Michelle Obama's teeth in their name. Now, I don't know if I've played the video yet, but I'm going to play the video, whatever, of Michelle Obama and her brother. I can't remember what his name is. The name evades me right now. But what I'm going to say is things that make you say,
Hey TikTok, it's Michelle Obama and I'm here with my big brother Craig.
Hey everybody.
We're here because we're excited to announce the launch of our new podcast called IMO with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson.
And we just posted the trailer if you want to check it out.
Check it out. Thanks you guys. See you soon.
Car. Look at them. What on? You get me? What on over there, sir? As Remain Relevant would say. Yeah, them man they're from up there, sir. Or down there, sir. Car. Something ain't right in that whole thing. Something, you look like cloned, androgynous. I don't know what's going on. Something going on, and I feel like they've done that on purpose. I feel like they're showing you that them images because there's a lot of chat going on. I meant to do a story on Emmanuel Macron and Candice Owens and Emmanuel Macron's partner, Bridget, something. I can't remember what the name is, but I might just quickly touch on that here, just real quick. So Candice Owens is saying this.
I noticed that you had this. You have this Brigitte Macron, who is the wife of the president of France. His name is Emmanuel Macron. And one thing that's interesting about them is they have an age difference, right? How many years is it?
How many years do they tell people, or how many years is it actually?
Wow. That's how it goes.
If you haven't watched the series, I mean, there's a reason it's going.
I've watched 2 episodes of the series.
Crazy. It's This is not like wasn't nothing. And I want to be clear, I wasn't the one who I happened upon this because I'm one of these rare birds, because I'm nosy, that if I see something happening in another country, I will take the time to pick it up in the foreign language and then interpret it into English and to try to read and understand it. And most people just will be like, I don't really care. It's happening in France. It's happening in Romania. It's happening wherever. I just make time. I get interested. And so Savannah, who's my manager, remembers the night at the UFC fight where I found the reporting on this. And actually the way it popped up was like the Daily Mail actually did a piece on Brigitte Macron. It was just funny to me because they were like, Emmanuel Macron, angrily denies the rumors his wife's a man. And he was like all stressed out and was like, it's not true. It's not true. And I was like, what the hell's going on in France? Like that, like the president has to come out and make a statement on this at all.
Well, this is a story that's come up over the years. Like this is an alleged thing.
But what was weird about the Daily Mail piece?
But in 10 minutes, can you give me what is going on?
Yeah.
Here?
So what was weird about the Daily Mail piece is that they didn't debunk what the people were saying, and this should be such an easy thing to debunk. Like if you were like Candace Owens is a man and never grew up, in Stanford, I'd be like yearbook. Here's me and my family. It's just like it's such an easy thing to debunk. Like why is this going on for years? And so that's what caught my attention. Looked into it, and 1,000%, she was born a man, lived as a man for 30 years, and then transitioned at some time in the 80s.
But are you worried about getting in trouble for slander by saying that?
I have welcomed the lawsuit. I mean, Emmanuel Macron sent me a threat before we published, and we went back to him.
Did he sign it or whatever?
It was his lawyers.
Oh, it'd be cool.
And so, he sent the threat. And the way that it works in Tennessee, first and foremost, we have the good old boys here. So I said to him, like, this is not the state to come and try your little hoopty-floopty French, Parisian, whatever it is. Like, if you're messing around with kids, this is not the place. It's not a place for you. Secondly, like if...
Well, who was messing around with kids? The wife then?
Well, yeah, that's what we're calling
So
him.
Brigitte, you're saying, is a male?
Biological.
Was a male or is a male?
well, you can't really change those things in my world, but lives as a woman, clearly.
Okay, lives as a woman now. Yeah, I would have never thought that she was a man.
And so anyways, the story really is just like, lived as a dude, transitioned, met Emmanuel when he was just 14 years old.
Okay, so she was a woman when they met, you're saying?
Living as a woman early days, like
Living
not
as a
doesn't
woman.
look hadn't had all like the feminization surgery. I can even tell you her doctor's name.
Oh, you're saying so she was just kind of fresh out the
Growing the hair out, like starting to like live as a woman,
just like fresh out the Lord and Taylor kind of.
And that was his drama teacher, and he was only 14
Is
years
Lord and
old.
Taylor a women's store?
It's both.
It is.
I think it's out of business though.
It's a bad reference then.
And so she was a drama teacher. He was 14 and
she was how old?
40.
Nuh-uh.
I swear. That's like official. Like that's like they don't deny that.
So wait, so they're 26-year age difference? My parents were 32 years age difference. So I can't really,
14-year-old.
Well, now here, my parents didn't meet until my mom was 30.
That's my point. It's very different.
Okay, so that's
the age
interesting.
difference matters. If you're 30, if you become an adult and you want to whatever, I don't really care. Like if you want to be a 30-year-old man, 30-year-old woman marrying a 7-year-old man, it's not my business. You're both adults. And usually there's some like financial consideration, whatever. But 14-year-old boy doesn't.
Dowry, maybe.
A dowry, yeah. But a 14-year-old boy is just weird. And so the media just kind of tried to sell it. I just kind of looked at the story, went through it. There was so much evidence, and there was a reason they started locking up journalists. Like, just so you know, they started arresting people. You don't do that. You don't do that because someone's lying. You know what I'm saying?
Look that in a separate window. Look that up and then bring it up. I'm going to see this. In 1993, at the age of 39, she met Brigitte Macron met the 15-year-old Emmanuel Macron in La Providence High School.
And that's a lie. He was 14 when he was in the play because they told the story about what play he was in. So the journalists went back and they were like, he was 14 when he was in his play.
Okay.
So it was like just little
so
media
1 year,
lies.
it's about 7% of his life though at that point. So it is it's a decent amount. And everything sounds romantic when you're reading all this stuff too. Where she was a teacher and was student and classmate of her daughter. Brigitte divorced Ozier in 2006 and married Macron in 2007. Wow.
And now you've seen that. You see why it ties in with the Michelle Obama, Michael Obama. I don't know what's going on. There's a weirdness going on. Something I'm going. But yeah, I'm going to just put that there. I'm not going to make no comment on it. I'm just going to put there what Candice Owens has said. Candice Owens have said. And I'm going to show you some pictures of people. And we're just going to keep it moving. But yeah, I am just in closing, in my opinion, podcast. Hopefully, legally, you have some kind of right to challenge and whatever, and get people to change their name. But the video that you did was sickly. Do you know what I mean? But big you lot up, man. You get me? I'm not trying to like disrespect, but I'm saying that video was super dead food. You looked super moist. You sounded all super moist. But I feel your pain. Boom! Don't you think it's mad how some people just can't just tell the truth? Like, I say, not just tell the truth, but like, you know when you've been nabbed, banged to rights, like you're trying to, the athlete, yeah, at the center of the scandal of the relay team when she had the baton, she's at the baton, she's running, the chick's running past her.
This morning, a high school track star is still recovering nearly a week after being hit on the head by another runner during a race.
Junior Kaylin Tucker was running the second leg of the 4x200 relay in the Virginia State High School League Championships when the shocking incident happened.
That's when she hit me with the baton.
Watch again as you see the two sprinters running side by side as they round the corner with Kaylin on the outside, Kaylin's mother cheering her on. Just as Kaylin is passing the other runner, the athlete swings her baton, striking Kaylin.
I just felt a bang on my head and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head.
The whole Coliseum pretty much gasped. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her on the main floor.
The 16-year-old was later diagnosed with a concussion.
She's hit the woman with the baton, and then she's hit the internet. After she's hit the woman, she's hit the internet, crying. What's wrong with the sisters and the crocodile tears? Yeah, it's supposed to be crocodile teeth. Yeah, you got eye full of crocodile tears. And you're like, you don't even know me. You don't know my character.
So I received the baton. I second leg merges, so when I was merging, I was like, okay, I'm doing good. I only see one person in front of me. Then on the curve, I seen something yellow in my peripheral, which was her uniform. And she was so close to me that my baton kept hitting her. And it's either keep hitting her or fall into the metal railing that's on the bank track. So eventually, like, after a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit. She was cutting in when it happened, when she should have waited a little bit longer. But she cut in too quick, so she was so close to me that she got hit when I was running. So, yeah. Then when I hit her, I kept my baton up so I wouldn't hit her again because she was still really close to me. And I thought about, I wanted to check on her, but I knew that I was like, I'm just finish the race. I handed the baton off, and then it was already people around her. So after the race, I went to my coach, and he said he's handling it and for me to do my cool down. So I did my cool down, and when I went back up there, he said they offered them a rerun, and they didn't want to do it, and we're disqualified. And he told me to stay around him because he didn't want nothing else to happen, you know.
Definitely. So that whole, the collision that people see, and like you explained it, you're pumping your arm, getting ready to run forward, and that's where that forward motion comes from. That was not you intentionally striking her with that baton, right?
Yeah, plenty, like, people that I don't even know at my school found my Instagram and texted me because they know it's not in my character. Even other track teams like Norview and Manor text. It's like they're going off of one angle. Like, I know what happened, but I don't have enough. Like, they went on the news. I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's going to believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose because of jealousy. It's plenty of people. I know I'm not the best at track. I applaud her for being such a great runner. I would never hit somebody because of jealousy. And it's like, at the end of the day, I'm a child too. And I'm sorry. I didn't intentionally hit her. I didn't know it was going to cause a concussion. I didn't know all of this was going to happen. I would never do that to somebody on purpose. Literally, when I used to play basketball, I literally used to apologize in the middle of the game. Like, nobody does it. Like, I'm not the type to hit somebody on purpose. Like, I've never been in a fight. I've always been in honor roll. I never get calls home. So there's people making...
You don't know my intentions. Like, I slipped, and she slipped, lost balance, you know what I mean? And gave the chick concussion. Like, I see that losing balance. I've done that a couple times. I've lost balance a few times, yeah? You know what I mean? So I understand what it means when you lose balance. You get me? I'm with you. She definitely lost balance. She's balling. You have to just take the L. That was a madness. You lit the poor chick in the back of her head because she ran faster than you, or because she ran past you, or whatever your reasoning was. You got vexed. You nearly killed the chick, yeah? And I don't think that's part of relaying. Just tell the truth. Stop coming on here with these false, half-hearted excuses. Like, it's devilish. I don't believe you. You're lying. Liared. That's what I've written, capital letters here. Liared. Yeah? The running chick is a liared. I'm putting that on the record. How do you accidentally lick someone in the back of the head with a fucking baton? What do you mean? What? As soon as you, what are you doing? Yeah, you're cold. That chick's cold. Her family, all of you lot need to be notified. This chick is cold. She will lick you lot down and say she slipped. She lost balance. Crazy chick. Crazy chick. Yeah? And some of you women are, but big up the sisters, but like, you can move like that. Be losing balance and that. And doing fuckery. Alright, cool. Let's keep it moving. A 41-year-old man is accused of taking hundreds of illegal videos in the changing room with and getting students, some underage. There's hundreds of videos of underage and students getting changed. He's hid something in the locker, a secret camera in the locker, and it's gone peak. They found it. I don't know. The report will play. They found it. It's a madness. The parents got the governor board was at a meeting. They had a meeting and then they tried to leave. It's like they weren't answering no more questions. They tried to leave and the parents come and jumped in front of the door. I'll play that video. Yeah. Children are just so under attack. so much perverts everywhere. Imagine I don't know what he was, if he was a janitor or he was security. Imagine the security guard is hiding, is, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm saying, working in a school is mad, because it's like, unfortunately, if you work in a school, I have to scrutinize you. If you work with kids, I have to scrutinize you hard, because there's so much predators that just want to get themselves in any position that they can near children to just take the piss and violate. Now they're gonna, man, these people are disgusting, man. But yeah, I rated the parents that stood in front of the door. Like, nah, we want answers, cuz. Yeah, these governing boards and these, like, you know what I mean? We want fucking answers. Cause if that was my youth, homeschool your kids, family. If you can, homeschool your kids. Do smaller group, like, you know, find other arrangements of how to educate your kids, man. And try and be extra super duper vigilant. Do you know what I mean? Your kids ain't got no damn fucking freedom. They can't even do nothing. They can't even get changed at school. Bear in mind, when I was in secondary school, we used to have a secondary school teacher, and we used to, well, I used to, definitely, and other people used to call him a willy watcher. Come like, he's waiting for the moment where man's getting dressed. I never had to get changed for PE. I don't know what people was doing in that changing room. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I never really had to do all of that. But people was in there getting changed. I think some people even used the shower in school. I definitely didn't. But people even used the shower. And what would happen is, he'd wait for the moment where people are like either using the shower or getting changed, whatever, and he'd come in and suddenly have something to say. You get me? I don't want to say his name. I've got his name here, Mr. K. You get me? I went to Warwick Park Secondary School, and his name was Mr. K. That's half of it. That's the first initial of his name. But yeah, I feel like certain men were weird. Willy watchers. Yeah, and it ain't stopped it today. I don't know why I went into that story. Mad thing. Apparently, in the US, in New York, a young man has been cured of sickle cell anemia. I think this is important for me to highlight. Basically, big up Mr. I Believe Different. Basically, we highlighted some sickle cell anemia issues, sickle cell retinopathy issues, just trying to bring some awareness to it and learning from Mr. I Believe Different about it on the Speakonomics podcast about 2 weeks ago. So go check that out. Yeah, it's called Sicklenomics. Yeah, go watch that one. And basically, because that's such a fresh topic on my channel, I definitely want to cover this.
Happy birthday, dear Sebastian.
21-year-old Sebastian Basile was celebrating what he calls his new birthday at Cone Children's Medical Center. It actually was the day he began a new groundbreaking treatment that cured him of sickle cell anemia.
It's really like a new birthday. I feel like a new man.
But it wasn't always like that. Since infancy, Sebastian has endured a life of pain, living with a rare disease known as sickle cell anemia, which affects about 100,000 people in the United States, and it's more common in people of African descent, the condition that affects a patient's red blood cells.
Thank all of you, because without you, I wouldn't be here.
Giving thanks to his medical team, Sebastian is grateful for becoming the first person in New York to receive a new genetic treatment known as Lyfgenia to cure his sickle cell disease.
Since gene therapy, I haven't had any pain. I'm finding out now that I could do things that I couldn't do before, of course with doctor's approval.
The breakthrough treatment uses a patient's own bone marrow to treat the sickle cell disease.
And so what the gene therapy offers is allowing us to collect the patient's own blood-forming stem cells, which make sickle cell disease and are dysfunctional, but allow them to be corrected by inserting, in this case, using Lyfgenia, that corrects their function. And then we can do a bone marrow transplant.
Since he's been home, I haven't heard anything about pain, which is not something that usually happens.
I can't wait to get back to my day-to-day life, because now I feel unstoppable.
Doctors are now hopeful the groundbreaking gene therapy that cured Sebastian will find its way to the tens of thousands of people, mostly in African nations, who currently suffer from sickle cell anemia.
I want to see more Sebastians. This is the best day I've had in a long time.
If there is a cure for sickle cell anemia, then, like, you know, what are we going to say? Alhamdulillah, hallelujah. Do you know what I mean? that's an amazing thing. And hopefully, like, yeah, there's more information that comes out about this. But I just saw that and I thought, yeah, obviously for the community and that, just see a youth is claiming that he's been cured of sickle cell in New York. It's a breakthrough thing. So, you know what I mean? Go check that out, man. Diners nearly plunged to death. Yeah? Eating at the restaurant in the sky in San Juan. I don't know where that is. San Juan, America somewhere. New Mexico, something like that. Now, my thing is this. From a long time, I decided that I ain't doing no high-risk shit like that no more. The most I'm doing is getting in a plane, rare. But you see all these little things on wires and suspended by things up in the air? I ain't risking it no more. It's fuckery. So they went there to have fun. You sit in the sky and you drink drinks and whatever, rare. Everyone's harnessed up. I'm not on all that. But what happened is one of the cables went dodgy, and these lot, like, even the staff was bawling.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, it's shaking. Oh, Lord, it's touch. Oh.
So we start raising, we're excited, I'm recording, everything kind of felt fine, and then as we're going up, it started shaking a little bit. It was like, whoa, wait, why is it shaking? And then when we got all the way to the top, it banged, and then when the ropes popped, we tilted, started spinning, banging on the wall, we're screaming, glass and bottles were flying everywhere, a girl's nose got busted, even the workers were crying and ducking down and trying to hide, and then they finally lowering us down, and then when we finally got to the ground, it hit the ground because it was already tilted. Okay. And then when we got after it was done, nobody really told us what happened until an hour after.
Even the staff was not, hey, listen, if I was in that situation, I'd just be thinking to myself, right, I deserve this. I put myself here. There was no need for me to go to a restaurant in the sky or a bar in the sky. Just being extra. Allow it, man. You get me? Value your life, man. Value your life. Don't put yourself in silly scenarios. There was a time where I used to be an adrenaline junkie. I used to go to theme parks and, get on every ride and no hands and just trying to challenge myself for whatever reason. And whenever I was on the rides, when I got to the point of you're just on the, is a bad boy word, you're just on the precipice of a drop or a big fall or whatever it is, yeah, and you're just waiting there. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Genuinely, even though I'm doing this, and at the end I'm gonna get a little buzz, I don't enjoy this thing. I don't enjoy the vulnerability. I don't enjoy the fact that I'm actually trying to play with my life just for a little buzz. So I get a deep feeling of regret when I'm on these things, but I do it. Yeah, I'm on the ride. I do it. But one time I went to Alton Towers and I got on the Bumblebee ride, I think it is, or whatever it's called, the B ride. I think it's Alton Towers, wherever that B ride is. I got in the queue for that, 45 minutes. Got to the front of the queue. Got to sit in the carriage at the front of the second the second shuttle or whatever. And then they said, you know what, guys, the ride is not working and there's been a malfunction, so yeah, no one can't get on the ride. And I was pissed. I was like, right, I spent 45 minutes shuffling along in the heat for this bullshit, for them to do this. I was so pissed. And then a couple weeks later, I kid you not, this is why I don't think I've been on a big ride since that. A couple weeks later, they had an accident at the same park where people that was at the front of this carriage banged into hit the back of another carriage that was on the track still, and people lost their legs and amputated, and, you know, injuries and that. And I thought to myself, right, that could have been me. Yeah, some people got a little payout. You got a little peas for losing your leg in Alton Towers, but imagine that being the reason why you lose your leg because you just wanted to go on a ride. And like, no. So yeah, I don't do rides. I don't feel sorry for these people. I feel like, guys and girls, risking yourself for a cheap thrill and then having that have to be on your tombstone or in your obituary or on your storyline as this is how you pass, it's long. I know you can die anyway, but you know what I mean? Life is precious, man. Don't risk it where you don't need to. I guess that's my 2 pence on that. Boom. All right, last but not least, the previously popular artist, DUTCHAVELI, who was embroiled in a deep scandal where apparently inbox messages or whatever were revealed, him chatting to underage gal, and the gal being part of the family of his former manager and friend who died, well-known East London figure, and all of this came out and it was a big madness. I even covered it, and to be honest, it seemed like DUTCHAVELI was banged to rats.
When do you want him? Our bridge is burnt. After today, I need to sit and think about what I'm doing with my life. I'm pretty sure you're ready for kids. I think I can sense it. You must be broody or something. Calm down, mate. Yeah, my brother left his son at my sister's house and he asked me to pick him up. Yeah, it's not that deep. Hey, calm down, mate. I think you're ready as well.
DUTCHAVELI himself, he said, yo, Fox used to live in his house. R.I.P. Fox, you hear it right there, sir. Fox had no P. DUTCHAVELI broke him off after he got signed and gave him P. For him to go and rent his own house and DUTCHAVELI to go and rent his own house. Yes, sir, on this speaking. DUTCHAVELI is saying, yo, Cody, Fox's son, Fox didn't even like him. Fox broke his nose in the can.
While we're in jail, his dad even broke his nose, bro. His dad don't like the youth, bro, because...
Yes, sir. DUTCHAVELI saying the son ran straight to his house a couple of days later to go and take his clothes and take his goods. What a ras, yes, sir, on his big internet. DUTCHAVELI saying he had to think like a boss. Hold up a second. What happened to this boy, DUTCHAVELI? Thinking like a boss and being a boss is two different things, DUTCHAVELI boy. Get something straight, my guy. People on yes, sir, don't business about Fox hitting his son, about the son taking the clothes, about the you is a headache. People business about you, the voice notes, and the mother, and the local picnic chicken gal. You know like that, my guy. What you trying to divert about Fox's son want money? Who don't want money? Everybody want money. Yes, sir, my guy. I see the angle you're coming at, my guy. You're now trying to make it look like a money grab. You've now just come on the big internet for turn the story on Cody. Because you know his brain cells are gone right now. You are a sick boy from Dog Dessa. You can't divert round Yassa, my guy. If Cody was everything you said he was, my guy, why are you making an idiot manage your account? That's like me making a thief manage my bank account, my guy. It won't happen on no planet Earth. You know like that? And then, the thief ain't gonna take £10. He's an idiot from Dong Dessa. Who you trying to fool, my guy? You can fool that boy there interviewing you. He's trying to become the next Jeremy Kyle. So his position is clear for C. You know like that? I heard DUTCHAVELI say, yo, when he come around, nobody couldn't breathe. What am I hearing on this big internet? Fox invested good money in you, my guy, and the boy, Cody, want it back with extra scrapings and some gravy. You know like that? Don't forget now, Fox had to pay man back, but them man there, like I said, wanted you and the royalties that come with you. Cody's in Alcatraz right now, my guy. You've made him sound more clever than what he actually is. 1 minute he's dumb, next minute he's smart, next minute he's conniving, next minute he's a thief, next minute he want money. My guy, get for know something. Blaming someone else for your own actions ain't good. Take responsibility for your actions.
Now, over the time, he's been saying, yo, the police have said this and the police have said that. I don't know how true all of this is. But I do know, yeah, that judging others and judging whether people are innocent or guilty is a it's a delicate thing, yeah, and you need to be very careful. So for me, I felt like, yeah, he seemed like he was guilty. Like, it seems like he was guilty. He's come out now and done a video interview with some guy, and he's obviously reinstating how he's not guilty, and his energy seems to have shifted into a more like, nah, I ain't going down for this. You lot gonna know, say, I ain't watching no face. I didn't do this. Whatever your views are, let me know in the comments, yeah? You know, I've heard people saying, yeah, but what about the voice notes? What about this? What about that? What about this other girl that he linked? Yada, 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 rare. And yeah, I was one of them. I was jumping on the bandwagon in my own way. And I was like, you know what? This looks bait. And he looks just, you know what I mean? We were saying DUTCHAVELI and all these other things. But the truth is, only him, God, and a few other people know. He says he was hacked. He says the police have said that he's a victim of cyberbullying. And da, da, da. I don't know how true any of this is. But it's a deep story, and the way his fall off was mad. Obviously now he's on TikTok, he's doing his thing. I don't know whatever else he's doing in his life, but I'm not here to cast stones on people. Do you know what I mean? That's the truth. I might give my opinion. My opinion is it looked dodgy. I don't know what was going on with the messaging. It just looks mad. That's my opinion. Yeah. Some people say there's no smoke without fire. I don't know how true that is or not. You know, just put your best foot forward, family, when you're dealing with things. There's a thing called safeguarding, and make sure you safeguard yourself. You get me? Because you don't want to be embroiled in these situations. If there's young females and whatever that are underage that are trying to be in contact with you, you got to know yourself and see. You even use DUTCHAVELI's thing as an example of, you know what, I need to take time, I need to be careful, whatnot. You get me? So yeah, I just wanted to run that review lot. DUTCHAVELI has done an interview claiming his innocence once again, and I just want to know what you lot think. You get me? My 2 pence is, you need to mine out what scenarios you get yourself into. You need to mine out who you're contacting and what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? And you know, rather you than me. No disrespect, not like, you get me? I'm not even wishing no bad on you, but better you than me, bro. I would hate to be in that scenario. So just mind yourself and mind how you're moving. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, man. So yeah, it's been enjoyable. My 2 pence. I tried to keep it kind of brief, kind of snappy. It's late on a Sunday as well. I've come from the sauna. My eyes are low. I'm ready to just, you know what I mean, go home, eat a food, and get me, edit this up for the new day. Hope you lot are good. I'm wishing you lot a blessed week. Well, not even a blessed. Let me take the word blessed out of it. Error. A blissful week. Do you know what I mean? May it be progressive and constructive. And you know what I mean, may all your goals, targets, wishes, dreams, aspirations and whatnot be one step closer, if not fulfilled. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself and each other, like Jerry Springer would say. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to JEDIONLINE. Follow me on TikTok, JEDIONLINE and Illuminati Live. Follow me on Instagram, JEDIONLINE. And what I keep forgetting to say, make sure you follow Dirty Woke on Instagram. Please follow Dirty Woke on Instagram. I always forget to say, but yeah, I need you lot, because that's the hub of Speakonomics, My 2 pence. That's where you get the little short clips and whatnot, and little bits and bobs, and other events that I'm doing. You know, the motive events and Speakonomics Live and all these other things, Pod Squad and all these other things I'm involved in. That's where you get the updates. That's where like the advertising for that shit is, and that's where you get the clips. So please, I'd appreciate it if you could follow me on all those platforms. Do you know what I mean? Big up yourself. Have a great week. Happy new day. Happy new week. Happy new month. And yeah, let's keep it moving, man.